Hi friends, welcome. My name is Jess. You've reached the channel of transformation. This week, we're going to have a fun week. We're going to start working on homemade Christmas gifts. This week, we're going to work on 10 homemade gifts for the foodies in your life. So let's go get started.
The first gift we will be making is homemade vanilla extract. You will need whole vanilla beans. I purchased these online. They came in a pack of 10. You will also need vodka, and 80 proof is fine. I cut the beans in half, and then I also cut them long ways to expose the bean. I put them inside of these cute glass jars that I got at IKEA. They came in a pack of 3. I think they were around $6. I put 4 whole beans in each jar and then covered them with the vodka, gave them a quick shake, and I will put a tag on each of them that says do not use until January 1st. And that doesn't have anything to do with Christmas. You have to let it sit for 8 weeks to fully extract the vanilla flavoring out of the beans and into the vodka. And then you have vanilla extract. I used my Cricut Maker machine to make a label for the vanilla jars. I did want to show you here, if you don't have a Cricut Maker machine, you can simply write vanilla extract on a Christmas tag. I put a little bit of bow and twine around it and hung my tag with instructions on waiting the 8 weeks. I glued this little embellishment on it that I got at the Dollar Tree, and voila, what a perfect Christmas gift. This would be a great stocking stuffer for grown children or even a sweet teacher or friend gift. You can put it in a basket with some other items, and I just think it is so special when something is handmade. And I'm sure the vanilla is so much better for you and tastes better as well. I had just a couple extra beans left over, so I made a small jar for myself. These dip mix ornaments were so cute. I found several clear ornaments, some at the Dollar Tree. I think I got a pack of them at the thrift shop. But they basically just have to be ornaments that you can remove the top from so that you can fill them. Some of these are glass and some of them are plastic. I will put the dip mix recipe down below in the description box for you. After I had all of the ingredients mixed together in a bowl, I used a funnel to get all the dip mix into the ornament. After I had them all filled up, I'll take them inside and embellish them to make them super cute. Here was just a festive bag that I found at the Dollar Tree. I have a special purpose for this one, so I didn't want to put it into an ornament, but rather into a bag. Here I printed out some tags just on my computer that have the instructions on how to make the dip mix. I will put a tag on each one of these ornaments, and then I will embellish them. This was such a fun project. I think this would be super cute to hang on a tree and then to give out to guests that come over, or even just to have on top of a package with some ribbon just as an extra decorative piece to the package. Even a teacher's gift or a bus driver's gift, put one in the mailbox for your mailman. The possibilities are endless, and there's several servings of dip mix in these ornaments. Except the little oblong light bulb ornaments, there's just one serving in them. And here's the one that I put into the bag. I'm stapling it to a piece of cardstock paper and then adding a ribbon to it to make it more decorative. You just don't want to forget to include the instructions somehow. You could even print them out on a label and stick it to the ornament, or write them out on a little tag and tie it to the top of the ornament. You don't have to print them out on a printer, but I always prefer the printer's writing over my handwriting. And here they are complete. Some of them I added the rub-on transfers to decorate. This was definitely one of my favorite projects in this video. For this hot chocolate mix, I wanted to give you an idea of something super, super easy, and just an example of how the way that we present a gift and the packaging that we put it in changes the whole idea of the gift. Here, I just bought a canister of hot chocolate mix from Walmart. Instead of just using it right from this canister, I transferred it over to the mason jar. And I'd like to elevate my mason jars by painting the lids black. I'm going to add some toppings to go with the hot chocolate mix. Here I'm crushing up candy canes, and I got these small bags at the Dollar Tree. There was 20 in a pack for $1.25. So with the hot chocolate mix, I am going to be adding the crushed candy cane, marshmallows, and these sweet chocolate spoons that I also got at the Dollar Tree for $1.25. I think 5 of them came in the package. Here, I printed out instructions on how much mix to mix with water or milk. I'm tying it all together with a festive ribbon and putting in one of these wooden spoons. I think this is such a cute gift. The brownie sack is another fun gift to make. I'm just using a gallon Ziploc bag and putting all of my ingredients in the bag. I wrote the instructions on the bag and mixed it all up. They will have to add their wet ingredients. I will put the recipe down below in the description box. And here I am making a fun sack for the brownie mix. I'm using a tea towel that I got at IKEA, and instead of sewing it, I'm just using my hot glue gun. I'll put the brownie mix inside the sack, fold it over a couple times to make a cuff at the top. I will then add a tag with instructions to a pretty ribbon and tie it all together. And also has the instructions on there on how to bake it and what to mix with it. Added another little wooden spoon, and voila, what a sweet gift. I would be happy to receive this. Next, homemade apple cider mix. I dehydrated 2 apples in my dehydrator. Again, I will put the ingredients and the recipe down below in the description box for you. After I had all the ingredients in the blender, I blended it for 3 minutes to make sure it was very well ground. This mug I found for $1.99 at the thrift shop. I will write the directions on the bag that I'm putting it in before I put it inside the mug, but I will also write it on the tag as well. and I added a wooden spoon to it. You just have to mix this apple cider mix with hot water. Peanut butter coated crackers is a family favorite, and this is in super fast motion because it's pretty boring just to watch someone spread peanut butter on Ritz crackers. But that's all you do. You fill the crackers with the peanut butter, and then you dip them in chocolate. When we all lived together in the same house, we had a family tradition of doing Christmas chocolates every year, and Jerry was our dipper. So here he is dipping the peanut butter crackers into dark chocolate. We usually prefer the milk chocolate, but this is all I had on hand, so I know some friends that love dark chocolate that I will gift these to. Down below, why don't you share with me some of your favorite Christmas food ideas? Are there any special things that you like to chocolate coat at Christmas time? I know we also like to make homemade cream cheese mints and coat them, as well as coat animal crackers or peanuts. Sometimes we do raisins, chocolate-covered pretzels. We used to do a whole lot of things when the kids were at home to help us. These tins and boxes, of course, I found at the Dollar Tree. The packaging just does so much when you're gift giving. If I would have just stuck these in a Ziploc bag and handed them to someone, it wouldn't even feel like a proper gift. But packaging them beautifully, or here I'm putting them on a Christmas plate. I love to take things like this along as hostess gifts. Next, we will be combining number 7 and number 8, the taco seasoning and the blender salsa. Taco seasoning is just something that I always like to have on hand. We eat all kinds of tacos in our house, and I just prefer to make my own taco seasoning instead of buying it packaged at the store. I just feel like I know what's in it, and there's no extra added ingredients that are not good for our health. I again will put the recipe down below in the description box. You can make this in bulk and just keep it in your cabinet, or make it in bulk and split it up as gifts. After everything is well incorporated, just find a cute little jar to put it in. Here, I found this little jar in a pack of 3 at IKEA. It had a silver lid, but I painted it black. And I'm just using a permanent marker to write taco seasoning on the outside of the jar. If I still did stockings for my grown children, I would put this in my daughter's stocking. I think it would be just something handy for her to have around. When she goes to cook a meal, she'd have her homemade taco seasoning available. And I spared you the video of me chopping all of these vegetables, but I basically am using tomatoes, red onions, jalapeno, lime, and cilantro. And it's called blender salsa because you just pulse it in the blender. You don't want to run the blender on any specific speed because it'll get way too watery. By pulsing it, it thins it out, and yet there's still some pieces of the vegetables in it to make it more like restaurant style. Would you please take just a minute after the video, like, subscribe, and share. Hit that notification bell so that you never miss an episode. This really helps support our channel. No silver lids for us. I always like to paint the lids because I feel like it elevates the look of the gift. So this time I went with a green. Put this pretty ribbon around it, put it in a basket with the taco seasoning and a bag of chips, and what a sweet gift. Puppy chow. Anybody can make puppy chow. Actually, the recipe's probably on the back of the Chex Mix box. But I just thought that this was a great video to put on here because it's something that we always make at the holidays. I just used 2 boxes of Chex Mix. It doesn't really matter what kind. I usually just grab 2 different kinds. And I use a large bag of the semi-sweet chocolate chips and about 1.5 cups of peanut butter. I melt the chocolate and peanut butter together on the stove and then make sure it's well incorporated with the cereal. In a large bag, I put some powdered sugar and put the chocolate cereal mixture into the bag, shake it up to coat it with the sugar, and voila, you got puppy chow. Again, I got these tins at the Dollar Tree, and they will make perfect hostess snacks when we're invited to people's house this season. The bread dipping oil is another fun gift to give. In a jar with a lid, incorporate all of the ingredients in the recipe. Give that a good shake. Whoops, I forgot the salt. Put that in there. Shake it up. And these sweet jars I found at IKEA, olive oil and vinegar jars. I found these sweet little balsamic vinegars at the Dollar Tree, as well as this cutting board. I picked up a loaf of rustic Italian bread. I will tie a ribbon around that and attach the bread dipping oil as well as the balsamic vinegar to the bread. And what a sweet gift. I actually gifted this to my friend in the middle of the week just for nothing to make her smile. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your support. Please like and share our video to continue supporting our channel and helping us grow. We'll see you next week.